As part of our daily life, we generate different types of waste. And normally what we do is that we pack this or put all of them together into a polythene bag or something like that from a domestic. The waste that we generate in a domestic environment is put into a bag, and either we throw it somewhere or someone comes to collect the waste. And the waste that normally goes out of our house gets accumulated in dump yards, or sometimes it is burnt. When we burn the waste, we know a lot of gas is generated, which is often very poisonous. And we also generate carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas. Now, when we, instead of burning, when we dump the waste in dump yards, it's even more dangerous. What happens is that all the waste, when it accumulates, it helps in breeding a lot of flies and a lot of rats, dogs, stray dogs, street dogs, all of them multiply, causing a lot of inconvenience to people living around them. And there is another major problem is the foul smell coming from this type of dump yards. And apart from these two challenges, during rain and even when the organic waste, there is a mixed waste, especially the organic waste in these dump yards, when they start breaking down, a lot of leachate comes out from this waste dump, and they go and contaminate our drinking water sources. So that is another major challenge. They also contaminate the soil, and a lot of these dump yards, either people burn them or it catches fire, and the plastic in these dump yards, we know it generates toxic gases. So it's again very dangerous for the people living around these dump yards. Another major challenge of these dump yards is most of the dump yards across the world has become methane mines, which is a very serious greenhouse gas causing climate change. So the methane is generated because of the organic matter in these dump yards. An anaerobic environment is created, and it helps in generating methane. And today, world's 40% of the methane is coming from the dump yards. And methane is 21 times more potent than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. And we are very often not aware of this kind of impact on our environment by our irresponsible waste management programs. Another major challenge which very often we are not aware of is the carbon, especially places like India, where more than 60% of the waste is carbonaceous material. It is actually wasted in these dump yards. According to nature's carbon cycle, all the carbon which we discard after our use should reach the soil and enrich the soil health, because the carbon is the most critical material which provides life to soil. So when we are not permitting the carbon to reach the soil, we are actually really depleting the soil health. So these are the different challenges that we generate by not managing waste properly. Now, suppose we are looking at managing the waste. We have different options. One is collect the waste, take it to a centralized place, segregate, then subject this to different treatment. Again, in this type of centralized waste management program, you need people to collect the waste, you need a vehicle to transport the waste, fuel is required, and again we need centralized locations, a lot of space is required. And today all these are becoming challenges and creating more pollution. Now instead of that, we have a great opportunity if we can manage the waste where it is generated, or what we call it as decentralized waste management. So in this decentralized waste management program, we need some specialized solutions. So I would like to share with you a really effective home waste management solution. I would like to show you how this 3-bin container is to be set up for proper aerobic composting program. So the blue lids that I have in my hand, they have to be placed according to the order. So this lid, which has got an outer ring which is pointed outward. So this, if you look at this piece, it has the ridges pointed outward. So this has to be kept at the bottom, and on top of this bottom base we keep one bin at the center, and on top of this bottom bin there are two identical lids, there are two lids which are identical. So one lid is kept on top of this, and again we keep one more bin on top of this first lid. So we have again another lid which is similar to the previous one, and on top of that we keep the third bin. And finally on top we have the top lid with the ventilation and a handle. So that is how the whole system is kept one above the other. So, and when we are actually composting, we need to set up the whole thing one above the other and compost in the top bin. With some people, they'll just keep one bin and start composting. See, our experience is that when we are doing this as a pilot, we have realized that when you keep composting bin at the bottom, there is a chance of rat coming and attacking that, because what we deposit as waste is a food for the rat. So they can come and attack. So in this kind of position, that the advantage is that we are keeping the food or the waste, food waste, at a height. So even if the rat has to attack this, it has to climb all the way and attack this container. So it's always advantageous to put the whole system one above the other and start composting at the top bin. And here another advantage is that you are operating at a convenient height. You don't have to bend down or go up. So it's a convenient height for people to operate the whole system. So this is how the system is set up. And we can also pour water in this portion so that the ants will not be able to come in. And if you have some fruit fly problem, we can take out this lid and put 2 or 3 paraffin balls in this, which will keep the fumes of this paraffin balls will keep off the fruit flies. And another very important thing is that this bin has to be kept in a ventilated place. That is, we need a lot of air movement so that the moisture generated goes out and there is easy air flowing into the container. And we should not keep this in rain or even in sun directly. So that will damage the system or the process. So this is what I want to share with you regarding the bin. So now, how do we compost the waste using this container? So we have an aerobic composting medium which comes either in a bag like this. It's a 30-liter bag which weighs around 9 kg, and here it is a ready to use composting medium. So this is the composting medium is also available in a brick form. It's a compacted version of this composting medium, and this needs to be hydrated before it is used in the container. So these are the two ways we can use the aerobic composting medium. So how do we go about using this container? So what we do is that we start with putting about 1 liter of the composting media in all the 3 buckets. In all the 3 buckets, we put approximately 1 liter of composting media at the base. So this is the aerobic composting media. This is actually made of coir pith, clean coir pith, inoculated with aerobic composting microbes. So we start with pouring approximately 1 liter of the composting media, and the waste that we have at home. What we do is that this container is kept one above the other, and in the top container we start composting in the top container. So the food waste, whatever organic waste that is generated in our house, that is spread as a layer on top of the composting media that we have already deposited in this top bin. And once again we put about 1 liter of composting media on top of this waste that we have deposited in the top bin. We cover the waste that we have deposited with the composting media again. So by this process, we repeat this process, and this bin will get filled up in a few days' time. Normally in a family of 4 or 5 members, it takes about 10 days for this bin to get filled up. And once the bin is filled up, we remove this bin and keep it at the center position, and remove the center bin and keep it on top. So again, after the second bin is full, we take the first bin to the bottom and bring the last bin to the top. So this is a cyclic process of using one bin after another and layering the food waste in these bins. Now there are a few things which I want to caution you. That is, this whole system is designed for actually managing the waste generated in a house, where approximately we generate about half kg to 1 kg of organic waste daily. Suppose if we have more members, or if we have a function and if we have more waste generated, then this system can handle maximum of 1.5 to 2 kg per day. In the sense, not every day. Suppose if you have some additional waste generated in a particular day, that can be put into this by having 2 separate layers. But we cannot deposit 2 kg or more than 1 kg waste daily. because the system cannot handle that. So here what happens is that the wet waste, so the organic waste that we are introducing into this compost bin undergoes an aerobic composting process. That is, the microbes, the coir pith provides the aerobic environment, and the microbes in the coir pith, they hasten the aerobic composting process, and in about 20 or 25 days time the whole organic material gets composted. So in this organic composting process, when we actually subject this to the composting, as you have seen, there is a ventilation on top, and it is the aerobic composting is an exothermic process. So the hot moist air that is generated by the composting process goes out through the container, and when the hot air goes up, escapes, there is a vacuum created inside the container, and by this vacuum fresh air is pulled inside from all the holes on the sides. So there is a continuous cycling of air in this container by the pull created by the exothermic reaction. So this keeps the composting always very active. And the most positive aspect is that this very favorable aerobic environment helps break down all the organic matter that we have deposited into an excellent compost. See, in most of the composting programs that we are familiar with, we are actually dehydrating the organic material. In a lot of such composting systems, we put the organic waste and we take out the leachate through a tap or something like that. But ultimately what is happening is that we are losing a lot of nutrition from the organic material, and we are also not maintaining an optimum air-water balance in the composting container. Therefore, ultimately what we get is not really a composted organic material, but a dehydrated organic material. So the quality of this dehydrated organic material is very poor compared to a proper compost. So this is one major opportunity of this system, because here we are providing a very favorable aerobic environment which is helping a very good composting of the organic material. So the quality of the compost that we get finally, it is very ideal for the plant growth because it has all the nutrition. We are not losing any nutrition even by a leachate program. So this is the container which is actually helping us to do aerobic composting at home. And as I told you, because this is a decentralized waste management program, we don't need any person to come collect the waste, then transport it, accumulate it. So we are converting the waste we are generating in our own house into a compost. And this compost, the quality compost that we are generating, will help us to grow quality vegetables or fruits in our own house. So that is another major opportunity, especially in this COVID scenario, where we are facing a lot of issues in terms of procuring the required vegetables and other food stuff. We are able to grow our requirement in our own houses. And another advantage of this growing in our own house is that we know what are the inputs that we are using. We can avoid all types of harmful chemicals. So the produce that we get from this compost or this process is a high quality food, very fresh food, so which will really help in our health and immunity. And for managing diseases like COVID, we need a lot of immunity. So this we can to get good immunity, we need to have good food. So very often the vegetables and other food that we buy from the market, it is grown with a lot of chemicals, and we know what kind of chemicals that we are using in our farm. So all these chemicals are really causing a lot of health issues, because a lot of residues affecting our internal systems. So here we have an opportunity to convert all different types of waste, organic waste in our house in a very effective way. Here the advantage of this, by this composting system, we can manage organic waste without smell. So there will not be any smell, and there will not be any leachate which is disturbing our whole environment. And another very important thing is that the third problem that we often come across in home composting is maggots, especially the maggots of the black soldier fly. So what happens is that when during rainy season, when the humidity, atmospheric humidity is more, so the organic waste that we deposit will not come to an optimum moisture level. So there will be excess moisture. So the flies, when they lay the eggs will hatch into maggots. And these maggots, they are actually nature's composter. They are one of the best composting agent in nature. But very often we may not be very comfortable to have these maggots in our house. So sometimes they may also come out of these bins. So it can cause some disturbance. So what we need to do is that, especially in rainy season when there is more moisture, we need to add more of the composting medium. Each day, instead of 1 liter, we can even add 2 liters of the composting medium. So that will help maintain an optimum moisture, and the chances of the eggs of the fly hatching will be very less. And when I say we can add more composting medium, automatically you will say we will have to buy more of medium. Actually what happens is that we can recycle the compost that we generate. So after one composting cycle, for the next composting cycle, we can use almost 70 or 80% of the compost itself. So this recycling can be done 2 or 3 times. So even if you use more composting media during the rainy season, in the subsequent dry season, you will be using this compost again for composting. So we are not actually using or losing money by using more of media during the rainy season. So this is what I want to share with you regarding the home composting program, the container, and the advantages of home composting. That is, we are able to do a decentralized waste management program, and this will help us generate excellent compost in our own houses. So I just want to show you the compost that we have generated by this waste management program. So this is a compost that we are generating using this. We have used even the fish, whatever, veg, non-veg, all can be put into this, and there will not be any smell. This is some fish shell that we got during our composting program. So this is the system that we are introducing to people who are interested in home composting. Thank you.